I am so glad you're here, my mathematicians. Today and tomorrow for math, we're going to be solving story problems, okay? And we'll be using some of the strategies we've used earlier in the year and then reviewing some strategies that we've used just a little bit. So today we're really going to focus on tape diagrams, which are a lot like number bonds, but just a little bit different. But the big thing about tape diagrams is you will use them in second grade, in third grade, and in fourth grade, and probably on from there. Okay, so tape diagrams are pretty important to know about, but you already kind of know them because of number bonds. So that's awesome. We're going to use that, and then we're going to use some math vocabulary, more and fewer. More, of course, means you get more of something. Fewer means you get less. So we're going to listen to some story problems, and we're going to solve for more or fewer using tape diagrams. That's our big goal today. We'll do some, I'll do the first one, we'll do the next two together, and then you'll do the last one by yourself. Okay, so make sure you're paying attention. This first one, the problem says, Anais went down the slide 15 times. Now remember, with our read, draw, write, we're going to read and listen to it, visualize it in your head, and think of what pictures you can draw, and then that'll help us solve. So Anais went down the slide 15 times. That's a lot of times, Anais. She went down the slide 3 more times than Cindy did. How many times did Cindy go down the slide? This sounds kind of confusing. So if we drew our pictures like normal, now remember, I'm doing this one. If you want to, you can try to do it along with me, but this one I'm just going to show by myself. So the way that we would use our tape diagrams to show this, we could do, oh wow, this marker does not work. All right, let's use this one. All right. She went down the slide 15 times. That was 3 more times than Cindy did. So 15 is what you would think of kind of as our whole, okay? So I'm going to do the number bond version, and I'm going to show you the tape diagram version. So 15, and then this is our whole, 15 times, okay? So both of these are showing our wholes just in a little different way. 15 times. That's 3 more times than Cindy did, okay? So that's 3 more times than Cindy did. So we could think, what plus 3 more would give us 15, and that's how many Cindy did. The way we would show that with tape diagrams is you could draw another hole underneath this, kind of like our number bonds. They're pretty close together, and I'm going to go ahead and show it kind of like this. So you could show kind of a question mark here. What plus 3 more would give you 15, okay? Now notice our number bonds really, our tape diagrams do kind of look like our number bonds. You have your whole and you have your parts, but this time the parts are kind of put together. So instead of us drawing a slide and drawing Anais going down, this problem's a little trickier. So that's why we're using this kind of a strategy. So what plus 3 more would give you 15? Anais went down the slide 15 times. She went down 3 more times than Cindy did. So the biggest thing here was just figuring out what was our whole and how to draw the picture. Once you draw the picture, you got it. You're almost there. Okay? So 15 times. She went down 3 more times than Cindy did. How many times did Cindy go down the slide? So how could we solve this? Can you think of some number sentences we could use? We could do 15 minus 3 could give us how many Cindy did. Or we could think, what plus 3 gives us 15? Kind of get blank. So we could solve this either way. We could count backwards from 15 3 times, or we could think, what plus 3 gives us 15? I think the easiest way for me is I'm just going to go backwards. 15 minus 3. 15, 14, 13, 12. And we can check and make sure that works. Does 12 plus 3 give us 15? Let's check. 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, it does. So 12 plus 3 is 15. 15 minus 3 is 12. So Cindy went down the slide 12 times. And we're going to keep practicing with this tape diagram, okay? Because you'll be using this in second grade, third grade, fourth grade, and probably all through while you're using this math your math program. All right, let's do our next word problem. So that was one I wanted to model and show you. Now we're going to do one where I want you to pause and work on it. So make sure you have a pencil and paper, something to write with. Ready? Listen up. Hudson hopped on one leg 15 times in a row. So I could even write that down, like H for Hudson, he did 15 hops. This is just me thinking about as I'm listening. Hudson hopped 15 times. Chris hopped 4 fewer times. did less. So we don't know how many Chris did. Chris did less. We're not sure how many Chris did. How many times did Chris hop on one leg? Now this story problem sounds a lot like the one we did before, okay? This time it's fewer times. Oh, that's kind of the same as our problem before, yeah. So let's build this into a tape diagram, and I'm gonna go ahead and draw a number bond just so we kind of remember, okay? So draw this with me, and then you can pause in just a minute. So 15 is our whole. I'm gonna draw it as a number bond and a tape diagram. 15 is our whole. Chris hopped 4 fewer times. So we could think Chris did fewer. So what plus 4? Right? 4 fewer times. How many times did Chris hop on one leg? Okay, so we could do that with a number bond. What plus 4 more would give you 15? I want you to draw this and then see if you could write our number sentences, an adding sentence and a subtracting sentence. Go ahead and pause. All right, if you're back, that means you have this written and you've tried to write some number sentences. Okay, let's see, what can we do for an adding sentence? Well, we could look at our tape diagram. What plus 4 gives us 15? What can we do for a subtraction sentence? 15 minus 4 gives us what? All right, you can choose which one to solve. Let's see, I'm going to choose the subtraction again. So I'm going to go 15 and count backward 4. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Let's check and make sure that works. Wow, I wrote that sloppy. Let's count. 11 plus 4 more, see if it gives us 15. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's check and make sure it makes sense in the story problem. Hudson hopped for 15 times in a row. Chris hopped 4 less times. So 11 plus 4 is 15. So 11 works. 4 less times. So 15 minus 4 would be 11. Now these problems are a little tricky. They're not as easy as the problems we wish they were, but we can still solve them using our number bonds or tape diagrams. Remember, our tape diagrams are just like our number bonds, except for they're more rectangles, and you have your they're kind of connected. Our parts are connected, but it's the same as figuring out your parts and your whole. Your parts and your whole. Okay? Let's do one more together, you and me doing it together, and then you're going to solve one by yourself. Okay? So get your pencil and paper ready. This one has Ileana in it. Okay, so we have Ileana. I'm going to go ahead and label it just like I did last time listening to it. Ileana found 15 cool rocks when she went for a walk. So Ileana found how many? 15 rocks. Maybe I don't even write rocks. She found 8 more than Silas did. So Silas also went for a walk, but we're not sure how many rocks he found. How many rocks did Silas pick up on his walk? Let's go ahead and build our number bond and our tape diagram and see if we can solve. What is our whole? The most rocks. I'm going to read it one more time. Ileana found 15 cool rocks on her walk. She found 8 more than Silas did. How many rocks did Silas find on his walk? So what would our whole be? Our 15. She found 15, and that was how many more than Silas? 8 more. So that would be one of our parts. Now we have to find the other part. 8 plus what would be 15? Ooh, I just told you. All right, I already told you, but go ahead and pause the video, see if you can solve, fill in the number bond tape diagram, and solve with your adding and subtraction sentences. All right, if you're back, that means you already tried solving this on your own to see how many rocks Silas found on his walk. So if you probably already wrote your adding sentence since I kind of said it. So 8 plus how many more would give us 15? And then what would our subtraction sentence be? 15 take away 8 equals what? How would you like to solve this one? We could do 15 take away 8, or we could do 8 plus what gives us 15. And you know what? Since we've solved with subtraction the last few times, let's solve this one with addition. So let's put 8 in our head and count on until we get to 15. So we're really going to have to count on our fingers. Do it with me, okay? 8 in our head. We're going to add until we get to 15. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 8 plus 7 more. Whew, these problems are so tricky, but I'm proud of you for working on them with me. Good job. They are tricky. Okay, and then we do 15 minus 8 would be 7. We already know. So let's read it one more time and make sure that makes sense. Ileana found 15 cool rocks on her walk. She picked up 8 more than Silas. She had 15, and that was 8 more than Silas had. So we said Silas had 7. 7 plus 8 is 15. 15 minus 8 is 7. So that makes sense with both of our drawings, our tape diagram and our number bond. All right, you're going to solve one more problem by yourself. Use our tape diagram and number bond and number sentence strategies, okay? All right,